Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This series is called 10-Minute Ghost Stories. They say in the Sallie House, they reflect what's watching you. I didn't believe it. Not at first. But the night I stayed there, something watched me back. Where I tell original, creepy, paranormal tales written specifically for this channel. So if you like your stories to be on the longer side, with plenty of time for atmosphere building, suspense. The family lived there happily for 10 years, until a fire swept through the second floor, killing both children. Their parents died soon after, with no way to record what I found, or illuminate the dark corners I was sure to encounter. I was vulnerable, completely vulnerable. Every step echoed in the silence, and though the song playing on the Victrola was mournful, the air itself felt heavy, oppressive, almost malicious. I made my way up the grand staircase and into the bright yellow room at the end of the hall. But I had come too far to turn back now. So I took a deep breath and walked further inside, maybe even a jump scare or two. And please consider subscribing for more content. So I leaned closer to the mirror, expecting to see nothing more than my own frightened eyes staring back. But when I leaned in, something else was there. I hated dolls, always have. Something about their lifeless stares and eerie silences unsettled me. I walked over and smashed it. Then I quickly left the room before I changed my mind. Downstairs in the living room, I poured myself a glass of water and sat on the couch. The sound of breaking porcelain echoed through the silent house as I stomped on its chest. And in that moment, I felt a deep sense of satisfaction. It was warm and inviting. And as I opened the door, the haunting melody I had heard outside grew louder. In the corner, a rocking horse tossed lazily back and forth as if urged along by an unseen rider. But the logical part of my brain knew better. The same tune from earlier, only now it was fast and frantic. Adrenaline surged through my veins. I needed to get out of there. I froze. A handprint, a smile. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to drop a like below for good luck. And also subscribe for more original content like this. Thank you everyone. Take care and happy haunting. A child's voice whispering, "You looked once. That's all it takes." I hadn't noticed it before, but now it was slightly ajar. It's a great place to spend a night or two, you know, if you like that sort of thing. And as I stared at it, it creaked open wider and wider, revealing a pitch-black interior. The closet door swung open and a little girl in a white nightgown stepped out. Her eyes were wide and filled with fear. I don't remember how long I spent sitting on that couch paralyzed by fear. But eventually I forced myself to stand up and run to my car. "Sally," she whispered, reaching out a trembling hand. There wasn't a piano in this house. Not that I had seen anyway. And as I sipped my water, I began to wonder how long I would be able to keep it together. On the wall hung an old-fashioned mirror, framed in gold. It dominated the room like a watchful eye. She was young, maybe 6 or 7, with long flowing hair, a white nightgown and no face. Well, no part of her face, except for her eyes. They were large and round and filled with such profound sadness that it brought tears to my eyes. I wasn't sure why, but I was compelled to go to it. I blinked, and I was met with my own startled expression staring back. Had I imagined it? Was it exhaustion getting the best of me? I shook my head and stepped back from the mirror. And when I take on overnight stays, I try to bring everything I need with me. But I forget sometimes that things like flashlights, cameras, and audio recorders are heavy. So I decided to leave my equipment in the car and explore the house empty-handed. Also, if you love ghost stories but only have about 10 minutes to spare, causing the rocking horse to suddenly jerk to a stop. The temperature dropped noticeably, and as I slowly turned to leave the room, I noticed something lying on the floor in front of the mirror. Then feel free to stick around because these stories are written to be experienced in just under 10 minutes. Let's get started. Except for the doll's face, well, that was missing. All that remained was a gaping hole where its eyes should have been. Where today I'm bringing you another do-not look in the mirror at the Sallie House. 10-minute ghost story. For those who are new here, welcome. I killed the engine, turned off the headlights, and the house seemed to sigh. All the windows were dark except for one upstairs, which glowed with a soft yellow light. As I walked toward the front door, I could hear music playing inside, slow and sad, like someone was waltzing with a memory. But no one answered the door. I knocked again, louder this time. Then a voice called from inside. "Be right there. They say mirrors can reflect more than just your image." The sun was setting when I pulled up to the Sallie House in Atchison, Kansas. I learned that the house had been built in 1862 by John and Catherine Slate. They had 2 children, Sally and Samuel. As I approached the house, I had felt drawn to the yellow glow emanating from the window of what would be the nursery. Now, I'm a paranormal investigator, and I travel all over the country investigating haunted locations. I had barely set foot inside when I realized my mistake. The house creaked around me. It was the nursery. At first, my reflection stared back. Just me, a goofy grin on my face. I liked to think I was brave. In addition to my grinning reflection, I saw another face superimposed over mine, a girl's face. Before I could react, she vanished. A gust of cold air swept through the room. It was a small doll dressed in a white nightgown, identical to the one worn by the little girl in the mirror. Startled, I kicked the doll away from me. It landed on its back and stared at me with its vacant. And this one, well, it was too much. I couldn't stand it. So I did the stupidest thing. I gathered the pieces and threw them into the closet. I tried to tell myself that what I had seen was just trick of the light, a figment of my imagination. Suddenly, a piano started playing in the other room. Then I heard footsteps pacing back and forth in the hallway. Slowly, deliberately, closer and closer. My heart pounded in my chest. But when I stood to leave, something caught my eye. It was the closet door. Then I heard a voice, small and raspy, coming from inside. "Sally, is that you?" I screamed and backed away. Then she vanished. The closet door slammed shut and the music stopped. The whole way home, I kept expecting to see her pop out from behind trees or jump out from between parked cars, but thankfully she never did. Today, I never went back. But sometimes, at home, when I pass my mirror, I see something behind me. So, yeah, I definitely recommend you guys check out the Sallie House if you're ever near Atchison, Kansas. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching.